Next at 6, an area woman back in court after being accused of abusing a child she was responsible for protecting. This is First Alert 4 at 6. I'm Samantha Jones.
And I'm Corey Stark. We are talking decades worth of complaints with 200+ hotline calls in an effort to report a foster mom's behavior. That foster mom is Brenda Deutsch out of Lincoln County. Tonight we're learning what happened during today's court appearance. And only First Alert 4 Shoshana Stahl sat down with Deutsch's biological daughter, who details what she calls a pattern of abuse.
Brenda Deutsch was back in court today here in Lincoln County, where a judge is keeping her bond at $250,000 cash only. The victim is still in Texas, now in a group home, but did send into a letter to the judge outlining the abuse she says she faced in Deutsch's home. I also spoke to Deutsch's biological daughter, who was in the courtroom today, who says she's happy to see her mom finally held accountable.
I was overwhelmed with joy to know that we finally were listened to after all these decades.
Brenda Deutsch says her mom Brenda started fostering kids after she was already out of the house. But for her, the verbal abuse started in childhood.
You're stupid, and I am all you have. And you won't get any better anywhere else. That was her biggest line.
Brenda says as the years went on, things only got worse for the foster kids.
I've seen instances where she's knocked kids off the porch.
Investigators say Brenda had more than 200 foster kids in her care over the course of several decades. Now she's charged with child abuse, neglect, and endangerment, all centering around mental, physical, and emotional abuse of one foster child.
We've all been through some type of abuse through that home.
According to court documents, Brenda hit the child in the face several times. Brenda says she saw this firsthand.
She smacked her in the face and thought it was ketchup.
Over the years, Brenda says she called the child abuse hotline multiple times to report her mom and feels like more should have been done by state workers.
Majority, like 90% of the time, they would not come in the house. They would talk on the porch. They didn't, go in and look or whatever. And the only time they would really get to talk to the kids was at school without her being there. And then the kids were so scared that, they were told to lie.
But at the end of 2024, things took a turn when the child was reported missing from school. That's when Brenda says she called Troy police to report that Brenda had sent the child to Texas.
Brenda tried to get me to take to Texas in exchange for a monkey.
That's when investigators got Texas authorities involved and found the child. And the Lincoln County prosecutor says more charges could be coming.
We're still working with other school districts, tracking down any witnesses or victims that there may be. That list is continuing to grow, so this potentially could be a lot larger than even we realize.
Brenda says all the kids who were in Brenda's care deserved better and wants to see more investigations done into child abuse hotline calls.
Whether we're biological or adopted or fostered, that's not how you do. Foster kids especially come from a bad situation and come into care for a reason. And you're supposed to love them, nurture them, and try to comfort them, to only be put in something that's much worse.
In court today, Deutsch denied a public defender, saying she doesn't meet the qualifications. A judge then saying that his main concern right now, getting Deutsch an attorney for the next court date. She did have another child here at the home in Missouri, and that child has since been put into protective custody. In Lincoln County, Shoshana Stahl, First Alert 4.